A cohort is a group of people, could be customers, patients, or students, who share a common attribute within a specific time frame. Now, cohort analysis involves the classification of people into cohorts based on a common attribute, such as the date of their initial purchase. And this is followed by analyzing and monitoring their behavior over a period to identify trends and patterns that can help businesses make informed decisions. Now, there are several types of cohort analysis depending on the attribute of the group being analyzed. It could be size, time, demographic, product, or behavior based. One of the most widely used cohort analysis is known as time-based or acquisition cohort analysis, and it involves grouping users based on the date they first made a purchase or interacted with a service. It is commonly used by venture capitalists for their e-commerce businesses. Now, how can you perform cohort analysis? There are several software and Excel add-ins that can be used to perform cohort analysis. You can also use pivot tables. However, in this video, I will be using Excel functions, including dynamic array formulas, to perform a simple cohort analysis and also calculate retention rate for an e-commerce business. I'll do another video for a subscription based business. So be sure to click that notification button. Okay. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. Please subscribe if you haven't, and don't forget to click the like button. Thank you. Here's the data showing customer details: order ID, customer ID, category, purchase date, and amount. The data is sorted by customer ID. The first step is to organize the data in an Excel table. So press Ctrl T. I'll turn off the structured reference to make the formulas shorter and to have the flexibility of using cell references. Okay, so go to File, Options, Formulas, uncheck Use Table Names in Formulas. Okay. Now let's identify the number of purchases made by each customer. For this, I'll use the COUNTIF function. Range is the customer ID. Select the first cell, B3, press colon so it references itself, and now press F4 to lock the first cell, B3. Criteria is customer ID. Close the bracket and enter. The formula populates automatically because it's an Excel table. And now we can see the number of occurrences of each customer. Next step is to identify the date of first purchase. And the function to be used here is the if function. If the purchase rate is 1, then first purchase date is equal to the purchase date in column D. If false, then make it equal to the date in the cell above it. Enter. The next step is to identify and group them into cohorts. And for this, I'll be using the EOMonth function, which returns the last day of the month. So start date is first purchase date in column G, and month is 0. So it returns the last day of the selected month. Close the bracket and enter. Cool. Now we can calculate the difference between date of first purchase and purchase date. This will help determine the age of each cohort by month. There are different methods used to calculate the difference between months, but I'll go with a simple one. D3 minus G3 divided by 30. I'm assuming a 30-day month for all the months, okay? Now I'll round the result to 0 to get rid of the decimals. So wrap it up with the round function. The number of digits is 0. Close the bracket and enter. Now that the data is ready, we can prepare the cohort table. I'll be using dynamic array formulas for this. Dynamic array formulas automatically spill data horizontally or vertically into adjacent cells. Now the first step is to display the cohorts in a column. You can choose to display it on a row. It's up to you. I'll use the unique function for this. Array is column H. Enter. Duplicates have been eliminated. Now Wrap it up with the sort function so it's in the right order. Cool. Next, I'll use the unique function to extract the timeline, the age by month in column I. Now, wrap it up with the sort function. Now, it should be across columns, so I'll wrap it up with the transpose function to make it horizontal. Cool. I'll add some color, fill with black, and change to white font. Cool. Now, to make this easier to understand, I'll use custom number formatting to change the appearance of these digits. Ctrl 1 to open up number formatting, custom, click on general and add the prefix month in quote. Don't forget to add the digit as well, 0. Now click OK. These are still digits and can be referenced in the formulas. Now use the countifs function to count the number of customers per cohort per month. Countifs. Criteria range 1 is column H and criteria 1 is L3. Add the hash sign to reference the spill range. Criteria range 2 is in column I and criteria 2 is M2 with the hash sign to reference the spill range as well. Now close the bracket and enter. One formula, multiple results, horizontally and vertically. This is a dynamic array formula which you can only edit in the first cell. I'll explain this result shortly. Now let's apply some custom number formatting to hide the 0 values. So highlight, press Ctrl 1, custom. In Excel, number formats are separated by semicolons. So the first is positive value, then negative value, then 0 and text. When any one of them is omitted, it returns blank. There are only positive numbers in the result, so I'll leave it this way, okay? Now let's take a step back to understand the result. Month 0 shows the number of new customers acquired in each month. Let's focus on January for a moment. Month 0, which is January, 255 customers made their first purchase. In month 1, which would be February, 245 of the customers returned and made a repeat purchase. In month 2, which would be March, 156 of the customers returned, and so on. Let's shift our focus to February. In month 0, 108 new customers made their first purchase. In month 1, which will be March, 77 of the customers returned. In month 2, which will be April, 107 of the customers returned. That's almost equivalent of the original number, and so on. Same applies to March cohort. 74 new, 40 came back the following month, and 52 in the next month, and so on. So in February, the total number of customers that made purchases are the returning customers from January and the customers that made their first purchase in February. Hope you get the logic. To get the total number per month, I'll add an extra row for all. So I light the row and press Alt and equal to sum them up. And just apply some cell formatting there. So go to cell styles and choose total. This will help you understand the overall cohort. Now let's calculate retention to see the trend in relative terms. So I copied the table as a template. In this case, retention measures how frequently customers come back to buy from the company. Now, to calculate retention, divide the number of active users in each month by the total number of users in each cohort. So M3 divided by M3. Press F4 to make column M an absolute reference and copy across. Apply custom number formatting to hide the zeros. Ctrl 1, custom, percentage, display only positive values. Okay. As you can see, the cells under each month show the portion of the original cohort that was retained for the month. Conditional formatting will allow you see trends and easily identify patterns. So I like the data. In the Home tab, conditional formatting, Format all cells based on their values. Just select 3 color scale and select any color that works for you. The lowest value will be white to hide the zero values, okay? Cool. Now you need to analyze the result. Ask questions, to identify factors that contributed to high or low retention rates in this month. In the next video, we'll look at cohort analysis for a subscription based business. I hope you found the video useful. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Please subscribe if you haven't, and don't forget to click the like button. Thank you.